Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. We start tonight with the New York governor's race, where Kathy Hochul and challenger Lee Zeldin are trying to galvanize supporters.
They're making the final arguments they hope will make them permanent residents of the executive mansion in Albany. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer here now with the story. Marcia.
Well, Maurice and Christine, Kathy Hochul made her final push on the Upper West Side and in Harlem. Lee Zeldin was at a subway stop in the Bronx where a man was stabbed in the neck just yesterday. For both gubernatorial candidates, crime was on the menu. The unanswered question is whether voters will choose column A or column B.
This morning, a man was stabbed in the chest at the 111th Street station in South Richmond Hill in Queens. A 25-year-old was slashed in the face at the Cypress Hills station in Brooklyn. A 54-year-old man was stabbed in the arm at the 149th Street Grand Concourse station in the Bronx. That was this morning. Okay?
Republican challenger Lee Zeldin making his final push for votes in the increasingly tight New York governor's race. Zeldin insisting that crime is out of control and that in her time in office, Governor Kathy Hochul has not been able to stop it. He says he will, and he will work hand in hand with Mayor Adams to make the streets safe again.
The way that I'm wired is that when I wake up the day after the election, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call Mayor Adams. And I'm going to tell Mayor Adams that I want to work with him to find common ground however possible to be able to save the Big Apple.
Zeldin's embrace of Mayor Adams is an important part of the dynamic of the governor's race because although the Democratic mayor has endorsed Kathy Hochul, the crime initiatives he has sought from Albany are the very things Zeldin has been calling for in the campaign.
I understand the fear is out there, but fanning the flames of fear to get people terrified is another story.
Governor Hochul slamming Zeldin for rushing to the scene of every crime, pointing out repeatedly that she had her first press conference with Mayor Adams on subway crime 6 days after he took office.
I've been working hard on this. We're not done yet. We're not done yet at all. We have more to do, but I'm intentionally focused on this, not just in campaign season. Check out my State of the State address from January 5th. We talk about people's anxiety, fear about crime.
And as she pressed the flesh and sought votes, the governor also talked about what she's done.
The state, for the first time ever, is deploying state officers into the subways. We have cameras on the trains. We're helping people with severely mental health problems to get them off the trains because they could do harm to themselves or others.
Well, the City Board of Elections says that more than 400,000 people have already voted during the early voting period, which ended last night. The biggest numbers are from Manhattan and Brooklyn. The polls open tomorrow at 6 a.m. So the message, go vote.
You ready to make any predictions at this point?
I am not.
Smart lady.
It's really close.
Right.
We'll see the numbers tomorrow. Thank you, Marcia.